Alrighty, today is day 7 of the self-improvement challenge. Welcome back to the channel, and today we will be reading for a couple of hours. I don't think I'll be able to read the whole book. I think I'll save reading an entire book in one day for one of the challenges farther in. I have not sat down and read a book in years, probably. It's been a really long time. I read some random things online, but like actually sitting down, opening up a book and reading it, I've not done that in a very long time. So we are gonna challenge ourselves to read, which I normally don't enjoy doing, but I have a bunch of self-improvement books and books about money and all sorts of things that would be really good to read, and I'm sure there's a lot to learn. So that is what we are going to do today. So today we are going to be reading The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. The Timeless Art of Turning Trials into Triumph. This is a book my dad bought me, and it's supposed to be really good. That is what we're going to do. I'll read the back. We might not be emperors, but the world is still constantly testing us. It asks, are you worthy? Can you get past the things that inevitably fall in your way? Will you stand up and show us what you're made of? Many have answered this question in the affirmative. A far rarer breed has shown that they rally at every such challenge. That the challenge makes them better than if they'd never faced the adversity at all. Now it's your turn to see if you're one of them. If you'll join their company, this book will show you the way. So, this book is about basically just turning obstacles and challenges and negative things into things that benefit you and using them for your advantage to improve yourself, to get better, and to overall just become a better person. So it's perfect for this self-improvement challenge. So, let's get straight into it. Oh, and I have a signed copy as well, which I think is pretty cool. So that is quite special. Number 4,109 out of 5,000 that are signed and stamped. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
It's so easy to win if you can control your own mind. It seems that nobody fucking can. As a man, if you don't make yourself valuable, you have no value. You have to get up and do it. Just like a video game, you start with fucking 0. You have to decide if you want to complete it. You have to upgrade your character.
So far, this book is actually extremely good. I'm about 10% into it, and basically all it's been talking about is the discipline of making decisions during hard times and challenges. It tells a story about Rockefeller, who I personally think was quite evil, but there's a lot to learn from him because he was one of the most successful people of all time. You could argue. Made an absurd amount of money. He talks about having a perception of reality while people are too busy focused on their emotions, so that you can make better decisions and have a bigger advantage than other people when bad things happen, right? So like, for example, like if the stock market were to crash and a bunch of people would lose a ton of money and it'd be chaos, being perceptive, staying in control of your emotions, and having the discipline to make logical decisions and use those decisions to your advantage to make the best decision possible is basically what it's talking about in the first chapter. And I'll just read a little bit. So, going off after the story of Rockefeller and how he got super rich and learning from his patience and his discipline, basically. And yes, Rockefeller became obscenely wealthy, but that's not the kind of wealth that the Stoics are after. This book also talks a lot about stoicism. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to or read anything by the Daily Stoic, but the author of this book is also the person who writes the Daily Stoic. And I'm very into stoicism and I love stoicism, so knowing that, this book's going to be pretty cool. But to continue, the greatest empire, Seneca, an advisor to the emperors and a wealthy man himself, would say, is command of yourself. Rockefeller ruled over an enormous business empire, but first and foremost, at least when it comes to the art of the market, he ruled over himself. Each of us has this power. We can learn to see all things rationally, or better, like Rockefeller, we can see opportunity everywhere, including in disaster, and transform negative situations into an education, a skill set, or a fortune. Seen properly, everything that happens, be it an economic crash or a personal tragedy, is a chance to move forward, even if it is on a bearing that we did not anticipate. There are a few things to keep in mind when faced with a seemingly insurmountable obstacle. We must try to be objective, to control emotions and keep an even keel, to choose to see good in a situation, to steady our nerves, to ignore what disturbs or limits others, to place things in perspective, to revert to the present moment, and to focus on what can be controlled. This is how you see the opportunity within the obstacle. It does not happen on its own. It is a process, one that results from self-discipline and logic. And that logic is available to you. You just need to deploy it. So again, there is opportunity in everything. Whether it is good or bad, you can make opportunity come from it. And you can take advantage of that opportunity and use it to better yourself while others won't, right? And that is how you get ahead. And so no matter what happens in your life, good or bad, and especially when it's bad, this book basically is going to teach how to take advantage of those things and use them to benefit yourself and improve yourself, and also just gain things. Whether your goal is to gain a lot of money, a lot of wealth, freedom, relationships, anything that is your goal, you can use hard times and obstacles as a learning process to get there. Obstacles don't have to be a bad thing, and we learn from failure. Failure is the best teacher. And so being able to extrapolate that and use it for your advantage will greatly benefit you. So I'm probably going to read this entire book because so far it is really good. And if you're interested, I recommend you probably check it out too. So lots to learn, and that's exactly what we will keep doing. So thanks for watching this video, and Merry Christmas. And I will see you tomorrow for the next day of the challenge. Peace out.